Hello. Is the sound good? All right, all right. Okay. So, first of all, greetings, glad tidings to all the beloved eternal souls that are here now. Okay. Whether you're watching this on the rewatch or whenever, glad tidings to you as always and always. Mësët. If you are new here, if you do not know what that word means, it's simply from the tribe that I come from. Um, it's a word that the best way I can translate it into the current language is love, balance, and wholeness be within you and all that you love. That's the best way I can embody the word. All right, give me 1 second, y'all, so I can grab my water. Okay. You said audio's breaking a bit. Oh man, what's going on? Let me close this. Uh, it's always something. You know, I haven't even came on in a while. Is everybody all right? I see that there's some uh, technical difficulties. You guys let me know what's going on, please. Let me check on my phone. Okay. We got Brother Rob said it's not bad. So if Brother Rob can hear it and any of you are having problems, you may have to come out and come back in. Sometimes that sound is a bit more stable. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. Uh, I can't even get the camera to work. That's why there's no visual. Uh, my son, my eldest son, usually helps I with the technical stuff. You know, I'm not. I could be, but I have no interest in it, in being technically savvy, and all that. You know, I could learn it, but I just choose not to. um, so you know, when I take little brief moments off without doing the teaching, um, of course, aside from my own physical life and personal life and being, um, you know, and this is part of that. This school, this community is not. It's not a business for I. Like this is part of who I am and what I'm here for. So when there is a moment, I still check and I read comments and things like that. And I see, even if just 4 or 5 days go by, there will be people asking like, "Hey, Chief, what's up with the teaching? You know, this and that." Um, I get it. There's a lot of people, a lot of souls right now that are like sponges because of the moment that we're in, the way the energy is, and it's a good thing. But you also have to realize that it's going to come when it's supposed to. It's not about just repetition. Just somebody on here that's on here every single day. That's all they do. And it's a business model. It doesn't become authentic love. It becomes a busyness. Okay. That's basically what happens. And when it becomes like that, it literally begins to separate you from the true connection, which I call the greatest of spirit, that connects you to the origin energy, the origin of eternal soul, life, light, and rest. Okay, that's the 4. All right, soul, life, light, and rest. And the 4 is one of the numbers sacred, connected to the Great Mother. Okay, like the X marks the spot, the X chromosome, the 4 rivers in the Bible. That's all related to the Great Mother. It's the doubling energy. Okay, it goes from 0, which is the womb, the nothing, the rest, the unmanifest. It goes from 0 to 1. That's the story that they give you of the Christ. They just change it to a man speaking it, and they call it the word that's coming out of this man's mouth. And that's just like a magician just going around speaking everything. When the original, the origin, you can't even say original without origin, which origin, gin is like the same word as gynecologist, gyne. So you can't even say the original without referring to the Great Mother, to the sacred feminine energy. You can't even say it. That's how true it is. That's the truth. Okay, so you come from the 0 or the womb to 1. That's double. It doubled itself. It made another one of itself. So it's the same. If it's another one of itself, what does that mean? That's another piece of the all. That's so it's the all as well. Now, if you get into the Gnostic text, they kind of like demonize everything, And what I will tell you, you have to be careful when you're reading all this new knowledge. It's ancient, but it's new to most, like the Gnostic text and all that. Anything that has a name, it's not meant to be worshipped, like Sophia. The people are mistaking it and making it religion when it's an esoteric message. Sophia just means wisdom. That's all. And the story is that even wisdom, when you are not working in harmony, can create something that's out of balance. That is the story of Sophia and Yall the Baal, which became and then went into Yahweh and all that stuff, and literally became what the Bible is today. But they flipped it to get you to worship this energy that is literally tells you in the book it's good and bad. It's good and evil. Okay, that's duality. That's the splitting of Adam. Okay, that story they give you in the beginning of the Bible, that the womb man comes from the rib of a man. That's the splitting of the atom. It's like science. It's messing with the light. That's where the term Luciferians come in. It's messing with the light codes, right? And in this moment, there's a lot of it's mainly all false information out here right now. Because and it's not by accident. What's happening is they know that right now the vibration is raising, and vibration is information. Light is information. It is knowledge. Light is all light is information. That's how you can read someone's aura. Okay. And in religions, they call people like that prophets. Okay. Or if you're not in the religion, they'll call you a wizard or a witch or something like that. So they'll demonize you if you're not one of them. But if you're one of them, they'll give you a nice classy name like a prophet or something. It's none of the above. It's all just light. It's knowing how to discern the energy. If you're a god and a goddess, then why wouldn't that embody also the aspect of what they call being a prophet? You're the all, you're part of the all. That means you lack no thing. You have access to all because you are all. But the way, that's what the old saying is, the devil is in the details, because where they get you is when they start hitting you with the knowledge starts confusing you, right? It's the external knowledge starts confusing you, and then you start saying, well, what if? What about this? See, what the most basic, the truth is usually basic. The basic answer to that is called free will. It's not that you're the all, so you're also evil. It's you're the all, so you have the capacity to manifest the unmanifest. That's what that is. It's an authoritative gift of eternal authority. Authority begets power. Power is only a side effect of authority. Just like money in this construct is a side effect of you being in alignment in your purpose. You don't have to, anything you chase will come from you. Universal law. Anything your brain chases things. What they say, the flesh, your body, your brain, and you know, oh, I gotta pay these bills, I gotta do this, or what's gonna happen. You're still here right now. That means everything you ever worried about or had anxiety about was for nothing. It was for nothing. And if you carry trauma with you that still has not been resolved inwardly, like someone that passed in your life, someone that has passed on, and you're holding guilt, or you know, you feel like you might have did something wrong, or you could have did something different. Listen, that is out of your space of operation. Okay, when people come here and incarnate and leave, that is outside of your space, because they have free will, they have their own destiny, their purpose, their journey, all that. But what you must know is there is no separation. There ain't nobody going and all that. And there will come a moment when you know that also 100% as well. That's when you get to the knowing that there's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to have anxiety about. Even if you feel anxiety for no reason at all, take a step back, observe. Stop trying to see. There's moments when you feel, when you're supposed to really tap in and to what's around you and feel and put your, you extend your energy and your discernment, and you're supposed to feel. Okay, not on no invasive type time, on some organic. On it has to be organic and harmonic. You don't just go around trying to read everybody's aura. Like, no, that is when it becomes sorcery or something crazy. When it happens organically and you cross paths with certain souls that you're supposed to cross paths with, you may be ahead of, like, I don't want to say ahead, but you may be, and you are at a different point on your journey than them. So if it is meant for you to share some things with them, it will organically happen. Okay. And with these words that are limited, it is a difficult task. That's why it's better to allow your life to be the message. That cannot be disputed. Your life cannot be disputed. Words can be disputed always. Now, guys, is the audio okay? I keep seeing people say it's glitching and things. I just want to make sure. It's not okay. It's choppy. What is going on? Why? It is glitching. Dang, man. All right. Well, you know, there are moments where I start out doing teachings and I'll say part one. And, when I first put it out, I'll be just like you. I'll be looking forward. Maybe I'll turn this up. Let me move the laptop. All right. Sound a little bit better? Okay. All right, man. All right. I look forward to the part two of the teachings just as well as you all. But then if you got to realize, just like I said earlier, for anyone who came in late, I don't run this like a business. Everything is like I take this serious. It's it's sacred. So what we would say the timing, but really is just the moment, is sacred as well. So when I sit down, I don't ever just say, okay, let me sit at the laptop today. What am I going to teach about? It's not like that. It has to be placed on my heart. Okay. So tonight, I had no intentions of coming on. I actually have to handle some business here shortly. So I don't know how long I'm going to be on here. That's why I just called it a pop-up. I have to handle something here. It could be 20 minutes. I don't know. But it was placed on my heart to just come on and speak. And I'm like, okay, well, about what? And the only thing that I can tell y'all is everything that's going on in this world right now, it's, the old saying, ignorance is bliss. You're beyond ignorance at this point. If you come to teachings like this, you've crossed paths with I in the physical or on the internet or wherever, but you're here, then you're beyond a state of ignorance. Although you must be mindful of where your focus goes. Okay. And I don't want to use the word guilty, but at moments, even in the position I am in, sometimes, some moments I may share things on Facebook, and then in retrospect, I look and say, I shouldn't even share that, because even though I may be in balance, what about the effect it may have on others that aren't in balance, and it just adds to their anxiety or adds more focus to that thing that is happening. Okay. And that's what we need to be mindful of in this moment. So like the EBT stuff, that just like I said earlier, I guarantee everyone in here at one point or another in this incarnation, you've been worried about some kind of bill in your life. You probably been worried about health of someone, if not yourself, the health of someone you love, a situation, uh, a quote unquote accident, just anything. You've been worried about something before. But guess what? The proof is in the pudding. What's the pudding? Is the pudding. Where have you been put? You're right here. So you made it through all that. So that means we all literally worried for nothing. We gave our energy away, lowered our vibration, allowed anxiety, stress, worry, this, that, operating solely from emotion instead of balance and wholeness. And then you start operating with the technology, aka the brain, or what they call the flesh, instead of accessing the mind, which is the field around. The mind is the electric field around you. That's the aura is connected. The communication part, the blue and all that, is connected to the mind. Okay, now the purple, what they call the chakra system, all that is above that, but it's still connected to right there. But that's also the crown is also connected to the heart as well, the magnetism, which is the mother, the feminine energy. But your mind is connected to the aura field, the natural organic electric field around you. Okay, the light field. Your heart is what emanates that, and what comes out first is green, but it's really when it all comes together, it's golden light. That's the story of turning lead to gold, and that was also the teaching that I did on a popular page on YouTube. How I showed the original alphabet was from A to U. AU is the symbol for gold, and it's even encoded in our language, what people call the Saturn moon matrix. The moon is A, the womb. Okay. It's also the tomb, which is rest. And then the U is Saturn. And this is all encoded in our language. I'm not going to get too deep in this one because I know that there are new people that are here. So, as I had said previously, I'm going to be kind of like redoing a lot of things over here in a more basic manner because I've been running into a lot of people that in the physical that when I get too deep, I'm starting to observe that's when it kind of like irritates them and it can push them away. And that's not what we want to do. It's not even want. That's not what our that's not who we are, what we are. Like, especially it's someone that's in my position, we're all teachers, but you get what I'm saying. So the mind is connected to the natural electric grid, right? And again, I'm not going to put too much focus on what the infamous they are doing, but that's how they manipulate the energy. But right now, there is a lot. People are saying it's coming from solar flares and things. It's not coming from solar flares. There is no solar flare. What they call a solar flare is from the focal point we call the sun that is reflecting off the plasma, and the plasma is popping. Not no sun. The sun itself isn't popping. It's the reflection of the vibration, the light that's moving as a focal point reflection that's reflecting off the plasma. If you don't know what plasma is, it's the fourth state of water. If you don't know that water is light, so it's a stage of light. It's like gel. It's really unexplainable at this point, in a real thorough manner with the language that we have. But plasma basically is like, just imagine lightning, but so all light carries information and knowledge. So just imagine beyond light. Lightning is just electric. That's it. So just imagine plasma is beyond that. Like, so when these people are online talking about, oh, it's all these solar flares and it's raising the vibration of the planet and all this and that, the energy is raising. Yes, that is correct, but it's not coming from no doggone solar flares. Here's the kicker. If you're not in balance, the more out of balance you are, the harder the more of a, how can I properly say this? You may be feeling it more, and not necessarily in a comfortable way. I've seen comments on here and on Facebook about people having hard times right now, hard moments. And it can be tough, because we all have our different situations that nobody else knows about. You might try to tell friends and people, but they don't know, like, of everything you've ever been through and what you're going through now, and knowing what you know now, and still being in the worldly system and all that, and having to wrestle with this and that, and whatever your situation is. Again, go back to the fact: micro, macro. Macro means the bigger picture. Micro is the smaller picture. The smaller picture is this life. This life is, if you're an eternal soul, I don't care what religion you was brought up in, who someone else told you was, and what book you was going to read, or whatever you might believe it now, and still, that, hey, no judgment. It's all love. But what I'm going to tell you is, all of it still encompasses an eternal aspect, which most people call heaven. So you should already know you're an eternal soul. What does that mean? That means if you've been okay through everything you've been through here in this small little speck, in the Bible, it says this life is like a vapor in the wind. Piece of sand on all the beaches of the world, says in the Tao. One piece of sand on all the beaches in the whole world, it says in the Tao. So my message, not even mine, the message to whoever is listening to this right now, is even in this little sand of a life, that still means a lot. It means the world. This life is not irrelevant. Don't think because it's small, it's irrelevant, like it doesn't mean it. It means everything. This life means everything because you are everything. You are love. How can love not mean anything? So how can you be here and experience this without it meaning something? It means everything. That's why you cry. That's why you feel. That's why it hurts. That's why you love. That's why it feels good. That's why you feel pleasure and pain and attraction and love, and even infatuation, and just sparks of friendship and sparks of this and that, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Not the glass half empty, half full. No, it's beautiful. The glass is full. They just got you looking at one part of it, the liquid part. It's still full. It don't matter if it got half liquid or a little liquid. It's still full because guess what? The air is also water. That's the third state of water. That's right before plasma. So the glass is full. It's an illusion. All this stuff they got you worried about and anxiety about and depressed about and this and that is an illusion. Just be, beloved, but that does take balance and also patience. Man, that is such a huge thing. It's patience. Okay? Things are moving faster. I'm sure you see, manifestation happening a lot faster right now, faster than ever in your whole entire incarnation, this life. Right now, manifestation is faster. Karma is faster. What comes around goes around is faster. That's the vibration. Not the low, long waves that take a while for the tide to go all the way to the left, all the way back to it's moving quick now. So those that are not right, it's going to come back on them and knock them back further and further and further, faster and faster. Those that are in alignment and balance and relax. You cannot have the vibration high and be all over the place too. That means the vibration is controlling you now, not you transmuting the vibration, aka the energy. You're the soul. So you have the authority to transmute the energy. That's called edification. You have, however it's said, whatever words come out of my mouth, only you have your own edification system. You have it in the physical, you have it in the spiritual, you have it in the mental, and on another note, in the astral. So there's a lot to it, but I'm a little tired of getting too into this knowledge and this esoteric stuff and stuff, because it's been unveiled to us that this is one of the only things that they can do is just dump out all their stuff that they've been hoarding for millennia now, from the Library of Alexandria that's under the Vatican, this and that. They're just letting it all out, just get it out there, all their little mystery school stuff to keep everyone sidetracked because they know the consciousness is rising. Let's just give them some stuff they never heard before that's going to make them be like, wow, this is amazing. Now you're focusing on that constantly. That's what you're just worried about, soaking up all this knowledge instead of just being. So, that's where I'm at with it at the moment, is just being, like, for real. And what I have observed is it does take patience, because being does not mean being secluded. Doesn't mean off in the woods meditating, or you got to be by yourself because nobody else gets it, or this and that. That's not what it's about. See, that's what the a lot of Buddhist monks and all that do, and they get these extraordinary powers where they can astral project and do. And what has it done? What has it done for like, what does it do? What? It doesn't even do anything. It's literally just for craps and giggles at the end of the day. So, as I said earlier, the old saying, ignorance is bliss. Well, now, if you're here, you're beyond a state of ignorance. I'm not saying you're all the way back to remembering all, but you're beyond a state of ignorance. Although, be mindful of what you share, your focus, and your mind of your heart on as well. But it's okay. You don't have to be perfect. What they have indoctrinated you to think perfect looks like. It's okay to desire things. It's okay. They have us condemning ourselves to, and basically, the only one that can stop you is you, beloved. You are the only one that can stop you from happiness, from love, from attraction, from manifestation, all of that. But if you're going to remain with the organic energy, then you have to know it must come in harmony, not preying on someone, not wanting something from this person only for you, only because it benefits you, or lusting over something. It's a difference between operating out of love or lust. You can be out here and genuinely help people out with money and have no intentions of anything. But someone else can take it a different way, that, oh, this person must be spending money because they want something from me. And that's just one of many different, metaphors or situations we can compare it to. But it's all about where where the energy is coming from. Is it coming from the worldly energy, which is the brain and what they call the flesh and this and that? That's lust. Or is it coming from your heart? Do you truly desire the same thing for the other party or parties involved in whatever the situation is? Do you truly desire harmony between the two of you? If it's a business thing or something like that, or whatever, or three or however many people are involved. That's the difference between love and lust and harmony. That's the organic energy. That's really what we should be focusing on right now. Not worried about the Anunnaki and this and that and blah, 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 blah. It has gotten no one nowhere. Everyone's still just talking on the internet, doing nothing. And I'm not putting anyone down, I'm not coming at any individuals. I'm just speaking broadly about what I observe. I'm so freaking tired of the internet. Like, the only moments I come on here is to speak with y'all. For real. I'm being serious. Like, I can't even when I'm not around my children, it doesn't even feel right. Like, I don't even want to put the TV on. I don't want to watch football or this or that. Like, and that's how I know I can feel where this is leading here in this, you want to say life, in this life. There's going to be a group of people that organically make their way back into like a more tribal living, but the mass consciousness wants to indoctrinate you to make you think that is like walking around with leaves covering you out in the woods somewhere with no electric, with a spear, hunting and just some old crazy type time. When that's not it. That moment has passed. That moment is gone. We're in the now. The now is whatever you can will it to be. And if you're in agreement with someone, agree of the mind is agreeing with another, y'all can manifest it together or to gather. You gather your energies and your God and God is power, authority, and you manifest it. That's where I'm at with it. That exactly, Sister Dawn. Sister Dawn said, we are in the now, and what is past no longer matters. The only thing that matters in what we call the past is the love. But that means the love is not past. It's still with you. That's our loved ones that might have passed in this life. So people might take that comment and say, oh, so you saying this and that. So my mom that passed doesn't matter. Because she passed on. She didn't pass away. She didn't just pass. She passed on. On is now. You can't even say now without the on. Okay. And the word on was on or light. And then they changed on to the word heaven. So now they say they went to heaven. But they're still in the now. Eternal souls are always in the now. For eternity, you'll always be in the now. But here's another part that a lot of them don't tell you in these religions. That's why I always tell you. Eternal gratitude, eternal love to the origin of eternal soul, life, light, and rest. There is also rest, beloved. You don't have to keep kicking and screaming the whole way. You have free will. You can go back to the bosom of the great mother, which is all of our mothers. It's not some mother you ain't never knew. You know your mom, don't you? You know your granny, don't you? Well, your granny knew her granny, and her granny knew her granny, and her granny knew her granny, and her granny knew her granny. And they all loved. It's an accumulation of all of them, and they all there, and they together, and they still are individual because they're eternal souls, just like you and I. It don't matter what happened, how they left here, this, that, the other. They're fine, beloved. They are fine. And you are too. Nothing's going to happen to you. You're literally invincible. And I know that might sound crazy to people, only if you're operating in the ego. That sounds crazy. Because your ego wants to think now you're some kind of superhero, and you just can go out here and be all crazy with it. When you operate from the heart, that's where that patience comes in, that balance, that stillness. And that can be hard. That is hard. That is a hard aspect. Because even if you have children, there's a day where your children grow up and get older. Right now, you might be surrounded by the youngins running around and you don't even know it. They might irritate you. You might be yelling and everything. If you trying to rest, they run around all crazy and loud. You're going to miss that. You're going to miss it. They're going to grow and go on a journey. And there's going to be a moment where it's just you. A moment. Okay? That's meditation. That's meditation. Meditation means medium. Medium is between. the large and the small, the micro, the macro, the higher self and the lower self. That's meditation. That's what true meditation is. It's not trying to kill the ego, it's mediating, it's coming to peace. It's coming to peace with who and what you truly are, and it has to be authentic. The word peace comes from not like peace, like no violence. Peace comes from you're a piece of the all. So once you operate from that aspect, which is from the mind of your heart, authentically and in balance, then you become whole. Right now you're at a peace, but you got to find that peace, and once you can find that peace becomes whole, even though it's a micro in this existence. It's a small piece, but it's still whole because it has the all. You lack nothing. So this whole worldly stuff, all the religions, all these so-called prophecies, all this and that, there's nothing to worry about at all. Take a deep breath, blow it out. Take a deep breath through your nose and blow that anxiety out. Blow it away. Blow it away. If you've been feeling like you're under some kind of spiritual attack or something lately, simply take your authority and just speak it out and say, you don't got to yell nothing. You don't have to say no magic words. You just claim it. You proclaim it. You declare it. You decree it. If anybody is sending some kind of spiritual attachment attack on I or anything or anyone that I love, I break it. I cast it down. I cast it away. And then if it's placed on your heart, you can even bind it. Bind it means it's going to be stuck. You can literally bind energy down. That's on you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I don't never tell anybody what to do. I'm just simply sharing some things that I know. But let me check the chat real quick, guys. Like I said earlier, I do have some business to attend to. I actually have a few things that I have to take care of tonight, and then I have a very long day tomorrow as well. So I just wanted to touch base with you guys, tell you all that I love you. We're going to keep rocking on here until the wheels fall off. So you don't have to, be concerned about that. I'll keep you guys posted on the Washita Mountains. That's still happening. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Any financial contributions, if on some of these apps and stuff, I don't get to respond and tell you eternal gratitude. So no matter what it is, if you do, if it's placed on your heart to help out financially, I just want to say eternal gratitude to you, beloved, and just know the same way that you give, I give. It's not a contest, a test of the cons. It's just about operating in love. Money is nothing. You already know. I'm not going to get too deep into that conversation, but yeah, guys, I just want to touch down with you. I do have a very busy, definitely tomorrow, probably the next few days. But once things settle down a little bit, I'll make sure I hop on here and we'll proceed with teachings and things like that. Whatever the greatest of spirit, whatever is needed, basically. So I love you guys very much. I hope you have a great evening, setting, rising, resting, rejuvenation, repairing, remembering, and balance and wholeness. So I love you. And as always and always, Mësët, beloved.